Land weekend was my third video in reference to the protein and supplements you have to take following surgery. Now, it's going to look like my fourth video because my second video, I didn't know that my recording device cuts off in 10 minutes. So I had to start it again. At first I thought I cut it off by mistake, but then I realized it only recorded for 10 minutes. So there's 3 videos, one video, my second video. Okay, so this is my third video, as I said, about the vitamins and supplements that you need. Okay, first off, you're going to have to drink from 48 to 64 ounces of water every day. Now, I'm not a water drinker myself. I do drink some water, but I'm not really a water drinker, so I put Crystal Light in the water. You can drink Crystal Light. I get the Walmart brand, Crystal Light, and it tastes exactly the same. I love the taste, and it's refreshing. Also, you can use decaffeinated tea. You have to drink decaffeinated. You can't have caffeine right after you have surgery. So I would get Lipton decaf iced tea bags and make up a big picture of that, and you can drink that in the place of plain water. Also, you're going to need 60 grams of protein. So the protein that I use is Slim Fast. Especially when I first started and I was only able to drink liquids, this is really good because it's 15 milligrams of protein. So I would drink 4 of these a day. And it's not that much because it's only 1 scoop to 8 ounces of skim milk. So I was getting 60 grams of protein just drinking 4 of these. But now, since I'm able to incorporate other things into my diet, I might drink 2 of these or 1 of these, depending on what else it is that I'm eating. Okay, I eat tuna fish. I eat albacore tuna, and it's kind of white, more white than the regular tuna. And you can plate that up, and you can mix it with some light mayo. It has to be light mayo. The other mayo is too heavy for us. So sometimes I mix it with the light mayo and I put it on some toasted bread. So if I toast my bread and put a little tuna on there and cut it into 4 quarters, I can eat 1 quarter at a time. And I'm full, very satisfied. So tuna is 13 grams of protein. And I also eat tilapia cutlets. They're little cutlets. They're about like this big, and they're individually wrapped. You can get them from any supermarket, and they are 21 grams of protein. So that's really good, and I love tilapia. I love the way it flakes. And my dietitian told me that was a good fish to use. So, now let me talk about the vitamins and supplements. I take 1 a day women's vitamins, but I get the Rite-Aid brand. That's the same thing that any other women vitamin would have, and it's a lot cheaper. And I have to take 2 of these every day to get the nutrients that I need. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second, but you have to get calcium. And I didn't get the name brand. I got the Barkley and Jensen calcium. So, for calcium, I have to take 4 of these a day. So, these are 630 milligrams for 2. So, I have to take 4, which will make it 1,260 milligrams. So, you're supposed to be somewhere around 1,200 milligrams of calcium every day. So 4 of these is good. And we also have to take vitamin D. Now, the calcium also has vitamin D. It has 500 milligrams of vitamin D per tablet. So the fact that I take 4 of these for my calcium, it will give me 2,000 milligrams of vitamin D. Now, I'm required to have 3,000 milligrams of vitamin D, and that's where this comes in, because I take 2 of these a day, and that equals up to another 1,000 milligrams of vitamin D. Okay, and we also have to take stool softener. They started on folate while we're in the hospital because our digestive system is not the same as it used to be before we had the surgery. So take 3 of these a day. And the way I do it is I take my vitamin and 1 of these, and then I take my 2 citrates and 1 of these, and then I take another vitamin and 1 of these, and then my last 2 pills of calcium. And that seems to work for me. I wanted to say, don't be fooled about what it says on the label. I didn't know. I thought that this was 630 milligrams per tablet, but it's 630 milligrams for 2 tablets. So you have to make sure that you get your calcium and that you get your vitamin D. So it requires 4 of these. They also had told me in the beginning to get chewable vitamins. So I went and got some adult chewable vitamins, and the taste was horrendous. I just couldn't eat them. It was horrible. So I'm used to taking women's 1 a day, and I started taking the women's 1 a day. They're not really that big, but I had no problem swallowing the regular tablets. At first, when I first came home, I would crush them up because I was nervous, I was scared. I didn't know if I could take them whole, but when I talked to my dietitian, she told me that it was okay. And if you have any problems with the dosages that you're supposed to take, you can also leave a comment on my page, and I'll be sure to answer any questions that you may have. I was fortunate enough to have a nurse that came home from the hospital. Didn't come home from the hospital. When I came home from the hospital, she came to see me like 5 times, and it's only been 6 weeks since I've been out of the hospital. And she was very helpful with telling me how much supplements I needed, what was in each one, and she even went so far as to look up some things from the internet and download them for me, and that was really helpful. I was really appreciative that she did that. So I guess that's all I have to talk about right now as far as the nutrients are concerned. So I guess I will speak to you guys next week or the following week and tell you about my progress and how things are going. I haven't had any problems with pain where my stitches were. No problem with the indigestion that I talked about that I had early on. Following the surgery, had no problem with that. I did have a pain in my thigh, in my left thigh on the top. And I was concerned about that because they tell you, to be careful and in reference to blood clots. So I didn't want for that to happen. I didn't want anything to happen to go back in the hospital. So I went to see my primary doctor, and she had me go and have an ultrasound done of my leg. So there was no blood clot. They told me that when you're heavy, it's easy for the blood to go downstream, but it's harder for it to come upstream. And the bigger I would have got, the more of a problem it would have been. So it's just a little annoying sometimes, but it's not what you would call painful. So let me see, I can't think of anything else. So I'll talk to you guys and see you guys in a week or two. See ya.